life skills. Would you agree about that? And I think that kind of gets lost in the shuffle. I think
Oh yeah, well, 100%. I mean, and that's what I was telling you, and I don't know how some of the other elective teachers did, but I know for me, and maybe I wasn't always praised for it, so to speak, but I would look at the curriculum. I was like, look, I mean, some of it's okay, but I really want to teach them this, and
yeah,
if I got to take the bullet for it, then I'll take it, because at least I can go home and say I taught them something that I know for a fact is going to help them and be beneficial. And because some of it was just so like cookie cutter, like I'm like, did y'all ever take a computer science class? The people who came up with this curriculum, like this isn't really going to help them as much as if they do this. Or
yeah,
if we do an exploring careers class, okay, well, let's amp it up a little bit more and let's do that type of thing,
mhm,
so that was really just how I did. So yeah, I may have been, I don't want to say rogue, but I did kind of do my own thing a little bit because I felt like, again, I'm here for the kids, and I can sprinkle in the normal curriculum stuff, get that out the way, but I also want to teach them this stuff over here because I felt like that would be more beneficial.
mhm,
And maybe some other teachers just didn't feel as comfortable doing that. And I know that unfortunately the core teachers, they have no wiggle room, and it's really
mhm,
sad. And here's an example. Um, when the middle school that I taught at last, we had our eighth grade ELA teachers. They had a wonderful spoken word unit that they did. It was the first time that they had ever did it. And I think the county had put it in there for like maybe that first year just to test it out, and it was
mhm,
brilliant. It was beautiful. Like I would take some of my kids and I would take them down because they would do the spoken word stuff like out in the open for some of the other classes kind of to be able to partake in it. So I
yeah,
would take my kids. I'm like, man, I got to see this. This is great. There's some of my students in there, some players that I coached are in there, and they would just bare their souls out in this spoken word piece that they put together. And then the next year I was like, hey, y'all doing the spoken words? I can't wait. It's like, nah, they took it out.
ugh,
They. I was just like, what? They took it out. That's one of the best things that I saw y'all
mhm,
do at that point, probably 5 or 6 years that I've been like, this is probably one of the best units I've seen y'all do. Like, she's like, yeah, they took it out. That's just what it is. And so it's stuff like that, things that are so different from what you would probably normally get in your language arts class, but it's something that allows them to express themselves. It
mhm,
teaches them, like you mentioned, like life skills. Like sometimes there's so many students that they'll just sit there and they might be straight A students, but they just sit there. They don't even have an opportunity to get up and express themselves and do some form of um uh what's it called? Public speaking.
yeah,
Um
yeah,
and real quick, just to kind of point on to get on that,
mhm,
I did have a student that was in that class, and she was so nervous. She had a really good poem, but she was so nervous to speak. And I said, look, her name was Sharon. I said, look, just do it. You never know unless you try it. And she did it. And I think she felt a whole lot better about herself because she did it. But she would have never had that opportunity if the curriculum was just how it got back to, which was, okay, we're just going to do this, and this. And then we won't step outside of the box and do something like spoken word that, could really be beneficial. So those are the things that are core teachers, in my opinion. It's a little unfortunate
Catch
for.
full episodes of the Educators Podcast every Thursday at 4 p.m. Real educators with the real issues in education. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, take care of yourself. Jeans passes for anyone who likes, shares, and comments on this video. Have a great week.